All right, guys, winter's here, snow is flying, and it is about time to be back on the mountains. With that being said, one of the most crucial parts of snowmobiling and to enjoy snowmobiling is having the right gear. Having the right gear set up when it comes to protection, staying warm, staying dry. In this episode, we're going to dive into what we wear and just kind of have a conversation about it.
I don't want to talk. How you try and press the kid and read it, you was soft. All you know is
All right, guys, welcome back to yet another episode of the Let's Assess podcast. Today, it's me and AJ in the garage talking about gear. So we're going to kind of touch on our opinions. It's all our opinions, and this is specifically for mountain riding. And we're going to go over not brand specific, but just what we like to wear. Let's talk about protective stuff as well. And we're just going to kind of go right through it. It'd mean a lot if you get any value out of this to subscribe. It helps the channel, helps us keep these things going. And if you have any questions about any of this, leave it in the comments and we will get back to you. So what do you think? What do you look for in gear? What
I'm
are your
excited
preferences?
about this one actually because I mean, I am a cold-bodied individual.
And I'm the opposite.
Yeah, damn polar bear. That's the way my wife is. And I freeze my tail off like from September until April, it feels like. Well, maybe May. So like gear is something that's like super important for me. And I mean, I start at the base layers every single day, whether I'm riding or not. But for when I'm riding, I start at the base layer, right? And then I'll have you jump in on your base layers. I wear heavyweight base layers. So I wear thick socks, like a smart wool style stock. Then long johns, I wear the heavyweights in those. So I can't remember.
Merino wool or?
I don't do the merino wool. I just do the normal like
synthetic?
polysynthetic, something like that. Climbs, flies, whatever, you know, I'm sure they all make them, but I do the heavyweights. And that's, you know, I just try to retain that body heat right tight first thing. I always do the like Under Armour style shirt, heavyweight as well. They're like not the, what's it called? Turtleneck, not the turtleneck anymore. I used to be a turtleneck guy, not turtleneck guy anymore. It rubs too much on the not beard I have. The stickers, you know? yeah. But the heavyweight polyester like feel upper, and then I guess that's kind of my base layer set up there. I don't have anything on my head usually.
A little different than me. Well, it depends on how cold it is. Sometimes I'll wear like a smart wool or some sort of merino wool long john, but to be honest, most of the time I don't. Most of the time I wear basketball socks so they don't bunch. They just stance basketball socks. I love them. I wear them every day. I have them on right now. And it's good because when you're moving and stuff, your feet don't get like, I don't like wearing wool socks because my feet feel damp and clammy.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. And most of those smart wools, even if you get a thinner pair on my foot, at least there's always like a bunch up right in the heel. So I don't like those stance basketball socks. Okay. Moving up. I used to wear full knee braces. But now I'm wearing like, they are annoying. And I had knee surgery, so it kind of fixed the problem. I probably should keep wearing them.
Should be wearing
them. So
I
don't have to get another one, but I'm not. So I was wearing those EVS Axel Hodges actually knee pads last year. And so the reason I say that is because I'll wear a knee brace like sock. Or what are those called? Yeah,
they're knee brace socks.
Yeah, but they're not actually like, I have the ones that are a sock and a sleeve. Okay. But I just wear like the EVS sleeve.
Gotcha.
Just for a little bit of extra warmth. And then I wear like normal underwear and like a cotton basketball short.
Oh, really? Just like a t-shirt? Like,
yeah.
Huh.
And then on top I'll wear, it's completely dependent on how cold it is. I'll either wear like, what do I wear?
I start every single day the same, whether it's -50
really
or 40 degrees out. Like I start every single
day.
If
it's 40 degrees out, I'm just wearing a t-shirt
really?
and a shell.
Interesting. I'd change my outer piece on a hot day usually, but otherwise I'm all in on my base layers.
And that's the way you should do it. I don't really listen to the outdoor expert advice. I just do what works for me. So
Yeah, well, do what works for you, obviously.
yeah. And then, but I'll do like the 509 merino wool long sleeve, or I'll do, if it's really cold, I actually have a Sitka. It's just like a black fleece type thing that I'll wear. But I want to be able to move. That's like the biggest thing. I don't want to feel restricted. So I just kind of wear whatever. I'm not as strict as you.
No.
But
And I don't like being bulky. And that's why I start with my base layer being a heavyweight every day. It's just, I don't like being bulky. I want to be as thin and light as possible. So like for me, I wear that stuff, the base layer stuff. And then I wear a mid layer. So I wear like a set of pants. They're like almost like a pair of sweatpants almost, but they're not sweatpants. They're a little nicer than sweatpants because I can't stand sweatpants. I think people that wear those are...
I'll wear sweatpants if it's cold and you can't get off the trail. Like if we were to go up right now and we're going to ride the trail, I'd probably just wear a thick pair of sweatpants, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
so anyway, I wear something like that over my long johns. The biggest thing with me wearing like those thick socks is you don't want your feet to sweat when you're heading there. I never get dressed really at the shop. So
I used to, and my feet would be like, I'd wear a muck boot to the parking lot.
You sweat in it.
Yeah, you sweat.
And then
your feet
foot's
are
wet, and then it's an icicle in an hour.
Yep.
So I always wear my Hey Dudes with my wool sock. That way I can get snow in them and get them wet that way. But I wear stuff that I take off that breathes better and things like that to get to the trailhead, unload, then I get dressed. So try to stay dry, but not sweat. So anyway, I got those like sweatpants on, and then I wear like just a light jacket. It's not even a jacket. It would just be like a mid-layer jacket. So it'd be like a hoodie quality, I guess, maybe even worse than a hoodie. And then on top of that, I put a puffer coat. So if you're watching on like kind of like the vest Brent's wearing, honestly, a vest is not a bad idea. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
But my arms get cold too. So I don't know. I'm just a cold individual. So I wear a puffer coat every single morning. Going in on the trail, I get cold. So I'm puffer coat every single day. Generally, when I get up there and get riding, getting unstuck, stuff like that, puffer coat comes off immediately because I'm cooking.
And that's the good thing with the puffer coat. So you can get like this, if you're watching on YouTube, this is like super, super thin.
It's light.
Yeah.
It can crumple into its own pocket.
But it still has more warmth than like a piece of normal fabric. But where I was going with this is you can get as thick of a puffer coat as you need. So it's not that the layers, like the amount of layers change. That's probably the biggest mistake people make is they think, like my dad does that. Like if say it's 10 degrees and snowing, instead of wearing like switching out a layer for a warmer layer.
Gotcha.
Right? Like if you think about it, this is my opinion, but this is a lot of people that talk about gear's opinion. Like you should have 3 layers, okay, on top and maybe 2 on bottom. Well, if you count your underwear, 3.
Yeah.
You should have like your base layer, and it should wick moisture. As I said, I wear a cotton shirt, but it should wick moisture. Your middle layer is your warmth layer. Okay, so if it's 5 degrees outside, you're going to have a thicker puffy coat on than if it was 40 degrees outside. And then your shell. So it's moisture control, warmth in the middle, and then
keep you dry
on the outside and break the wind.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the 3. I probably should have said that at the beginning of this podcast.
Yeah. Well, you got to listen to this point to get the good info.
Yeah. But so like with me, or you go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're good. So yeah, I always do the puffer coat. I run a variety of puffer coats, whether it's Kuiu or Fly has one. I got a variety of puffer coats I wear. So definitely a big fan of that. So that's definitely my go-to thing because I wear that to the trailhead. I don't look like a dweeb going into the gas station to get my hot dog in the morning.
You're lazy.
Yeah, got to get that. It's important. And an energy drink.
Yeah.
So definitely wear that every single day. And that's kind of my base mid-layer setup. But the puffer coat, ever since I went to that has been the absolute game changer for me as someone that's cold all the time, is that trail ride in is so much nicer now.
Dude, I don't care what anyone says. Puffer coat, the thickest puffer coat is as warm as you can get.
Oh, so
like,
good.
You can't have like a normal cotton or wool or anything that is as warm as a puffer coat.
No.
You just like, and if you do, it's going to be 300 pounds. So you want something light that you can move in, that you can also pack. You don't want to bring a blanket up there. And so the puffer coat is my absolute go-to as well. Either it's a vest and a long sleeve, 509 Merino, or it's a 509 puffer coat, depending on what we're doing. And if we're filming or whatever we're doing, that'll change. But that is by far the best. And now when I went to Alaska last year, I got down pants.
Oh.
So and they're like joggers.
Gotcha.
So Sitka made,
super
and I
thick.
love how we're talking about hunting brands here, but
Hey.
Sitka made those down pants, and they're thick and they're 3/4 length, which is great for hunting.
Yep.
But a company that's right in our backyard is called BAP, or Big Agnes, whatever. They have two different names, I guess. They make down joggers. So they're really thin. It's like you're wearing a sweatpant, but they are way, way warmer than any like cotton sweatpant.
Well, and what I like about, even I didn't know about those pants because I have a set of Kuiu ones that are extremely thick. And when I'm whitetail hunting, sitting in a stand, incredible. I stay warm, love them.
Right.
But snowmobiling, it's like it's just too much.
Too
It'd
much.
be too thick. And I'd cook,
And moving back and forth, it's probably a little hindrance on your mobility.
Definitely. And you can't take off your pants as easy as you can take off a jacket, So like when you're up there, you're kind of stuck with the pants you have on.
Yeah.
So, but a key point to this stuff, and I like having maybe even a pair of those in your tunnel bag or your backpack. But what's nice about the puffer coats and the puffer pants is they wad up so small and they're so light, you can have it with you. If you get in a survival situation, for us guys in the mountain, we're wearing an outer shell that has no insulation for the most part.
A glorified raincoat.
Yes. So like if it gets cold and you're up there all night, that puffer coat and puffer pants might be what keeps you alive. You know?
100%.
So I think and that's why I love having the puffer coat there. Is any situation I know I can stay warm in, whether I'm riding or not. But also I like this puffer pant idea. That's a really good idea.
Yeah, I like it. I don't have a tunnel bag, but
yeah, I'll pack your pants for you.
But real quick, do you wear not a baklava? That's a Greek dessert. A balaclava. Do you wear one like a head sock?
So I wear the neck balaclava. It's not like the full up onto your head thing. I wear the neck one. I have my teammate from Sweden, he used to have some made with his dad's snowmobile company over there on him. So I have some of those that are thinner. And then I got a Klim one last year that's a little bit heavier weight. Love that. I pull that up over my ears, comes up about halfway in my head, and then I can put it over my chin or my mouth, depending upon how cold it is, trail ride or not. And then once I'm up riding in the powder, I can pull it down to my neck and it just keeps the powder off my neck or whatever.
Yeah. So I wear a different style one. I wear the one that comes all the way over my head. But I've bought a lot of these over the years. There are some ones that really annoy me. Like the ones that go everywhere but except your eyes. Dude, I hate those because you can't breathe out them. They have the breath box in them.
Yeah.
Klim has one and stuff like that. Dude, no, not for me. But mine, full head, and then it has a piece of fabric that's cut right here, so I can pull it all the way down.
That's nice.
And then back. And
okay, I've seen those.
Yeah.
Does it not work down your head at all with your helmet? I have that problem with those. That's why I can't wear them, is because it ends up over my eyes, and I'm like, I can't see shit.
Yeah. No, mine doesn't. Mine, the wind coming in and everything, it just makes it way easier to do that.
Nice.
To have that on. So
I like it. What do you wear to the trailhead now that you got the trailer and you're getting dressed there? What all do you wear when you're headed
sweats,
there?
puffer coat,
Yeah.
and Vans or
just something to
tennis
keep your
shoes.
feet. Yeah. Okay.
Which sometimes suck because if the lot's not plowed, you have that problem.
wet
It's
socks.
completely different if you're hauling a trailer or an enclosed trailer because you can get dressed in there. But if you're not, you can still get dressed anywhere. But
Yeah.
I didn't. We used to have an outdoor trailer, and that was such a pain because you get your feet wet. No matter what I did, I'd end up getting my feet wet. And if it's snowing or whatever. So, okay.
Outer layer.
Outer layers. Or do you want to, so you don't wear anything on your knees?
Yeah. For protection wise, I actually don't wear any protection now.
Other than a helmet.
I wear a helmet, and then my backpack has the front chest piece in it.
Okay.
But I don't wear a chest protector. I don't wear a neck brace. I don't wear knee braces. I have had
You're just that good.
No, definitely not. I've had full reconstruction on my right knee, my left, or maybe left knee. Reconstruction left knee. Right
Well, that's
knee.
good you don't know.
Yeah, I don't even know which one it is. No, the other day I was walking in to Come and Go to get a drink, and my other knee that hasn't had surgery yet on it, it was feeling pretty loose, which I know it's loose. So I should be wearing a brace to protect it so I don't have to get surgery. Right. But yeah, well, probably not. I hate wearing knee braces, walking in the snow. Like, I just hate it. I despise it. So I'm not a knee brace guy. I should, though. If you can live with wearing knee braces, I would definitely recommend it. Like, you should protect your knees for sure.
Yeah.
What do you wear protection wise?
So, like I said earlier, we're kind of jumping all around, but we're not. It's a podcast, baby. We're just talking.
We're just talking.
For protection, I wear the knee pads right now. They're like a Kevlar knee pad.
Okay.
I actually wear 509 makes like a pair of underwear type thing.
Oh, yeah, I've seen you wearing those.
That have
it's like bike
some
shorts
pads.
almost. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like what you wear in football. I wear those, and they have like a hip pad, a tailbone pad, and everything, because I have taken some skis to the
hip.
Yeah, your upper legs, and it doesn't feel good.
It
so
hurts.
I just wear those. I can't even tell that they're on, so it's just kind of a no brainer. They're light. I can move. And then
padding.
Yeah, and then we're kind of jumping around, but while we're on protection, so for my upper body, I wear a Highmark Charger vest most of the time, and that has the full Kevlar type thing built into it. Or if I'm wearing like a Highmark backpack, if I need to carry more stuff, which I'm probably going to wear more this year so you can take it off,
Oh, yeah.
when we're filming and stuff, I'll wear the 509 upper body armor. That's what it's called. Gotcha. So nice. It's thin. It's kind of like a smaller like tech vest.
Yep. Yeah, so, it's just a little thinner. Not it's bulky.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then outerwear.
So my backpack that I wear, it's the Klim Aspect, I think is what it's called, but it's the full backpack with the air pulling system. It's not like it's the chargeable one. It's not the canisters, but it's got the front like protector. It's not very big right here, but if you eat the bars, it give you a little bit of protection on the chest, I think, or take a sled to the chest. It'd give you a little something, but not a ton of protection. That's for sure. But
yeah, you guys need to spend money. If you're putting a bunch of money into your sled, you need to have an Avy bag.
Yes, Avy bag for sure. And
beacon, probe, all that stuff.
All that stuff. Like, you definitely need the Avy bag. You definitely need all the avalanche safety stuff with it. And then, get the proper training on how to use that stuff as well. But I just like the backpack feel. I did the vest thing with the backpack and it was good, but I like this backpack. The backpack feels better. I can get a little bit more weight off of me. It feels like I think it's lighter. And then I still have a little bit of protection up there. But the biggest thing that I like about it, and same with the vest, is it's another windproofing thing on top of my outer layer, having that front chest piece. Because believe it or not, you go from like that vest backpack to that, and I was like, oh, there's a little more breeze here. Yeah. But it's still a little bit more, keeps you a little warmer with that wind going down the trail and stuff like that.
Yep, 100%.
But for outerwear, on like powder days, like pretty much every single day except for spring riding, if we're jumping and stuff like that, I love a monosuit. Monosuit is my go-to because I don't like getting the snow down the pants. I don't like having the snow coming up. I know they have the gaiters. It just never works properly for me. It hikes up or something. So monosuit for the good snow days, pretty much like early season all the way to, later season when we're starting to build jumps. When we're building jumps, I love going to a pant and bib style because I can,
pant and jacket
style, because I can take the jacket off when we're shoveling. It's usually warmer. You can have your jacket off. I really like the jacket bib setup then.
Yeah. So. I'm a pant and jacket guy.
Yeah.
I don't
non-insulated.
Non-insulated.
Yeah. Non-insulated all the way.
Well, I take that back. I have one coat. What is that? It's from 509. It actually has a little bit of down insulation in it. Gotcha. So on really cold days, if I don't want to layer up or whatever, I'll wear that. But it's not like a full insulation.
It's
just a little
extra.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha. No, that sounds pretty good there.
And it's just in places. It's not like the full thing.
It's not the whole thing. It's only in good places. Yeah, not like in your sleeves and shit. Probably.
Yeah. So I like that. And the biggest thing, I've touched on this in a couple other podcasts, is like, in my opinion, don't cheap out on gear and get something that is made for snowmobiling.
Yeah.
I know I've said the story a couple podcasts ago, but it's like I would wear high-end snowboarding gear and I would still get wet. I don't know what it was, but now that I'm wearing snowmobile-specific gear that's a little bit more rigid, I'm fine and I stay warm. So the brands, everything has good, every brand is good. Some are better than others, but like I've been running 509 for the past couple years and I don't have a problem with it. So,
and I think the snowmobile gear, it has a tougher outer layer. Like it's just stronger. It takes the hits better and everything like that. Cause you're going to get wrecked at some point.
And running boards
and through the trees and everything. So it's just a thicker, tougher outer layer.
Yeah.
But then it has the wind stop. It has the waterproofing. It has all that stuff. And that's, when you guys are buying this stuff, look for the wind stop, look for the waterproofing, like make sure it's got all that stuff because it's so crucial. Pants and jacket, you want both of them to be waterproof.
Especially pants. If I was going to spend a lot of money on one piece, pant or jacket, 100% pants.
Yeah.
Because that's what's touching the snow most of the time.
Touching the snow all day. And the cheaper stuff, it seems to stick to more. It doesn't just blow off, you fall off, like definitely invest in your gear. And that's same with all the safety gear and the avalanche stuff. Like if you can afford to put a clutch kit in your sled, you should be buying avalanche bag if you're riding in the mountains.
Yeah.
Same goes for gear. If you want to have a good time, and I'm a huge thing for this, if you're getting your wife, girlfriend, whatever into it, if you're getting your kids into it, the only way they're going to have a good experience and want to do it more with you, have good gear on them.
Yep.
If they don't have good gear on them, they're going to be cold, they're going to be wet, and they're going to be miserable.
Yeah, 100%.
Just like we don't want to be cold, wet, and miserable. No. That's why we buy the expensive, nice gear and that we ride in it. So
and take care of it, and it'll last you a long time.
Yep, wash it in the proper stuff, everything like that. The waterproofing will be good. But yeah, take care of it, and it'll take care of you. But I think that's the most important thing: is be dry, warm, and you'll be happy.
Yeah.
So
we have boots. Let's hit on boots real quick.
Yep.
Let's hit on helmet real quick.
Goggles.
And goggles. Gloves.
Yep.
Okay.
So these are kind of like accessories almost to your outfit. So
but
boots,
crucial.
Yeah, but very crucial. Boots. I am a wimp again. My feet and my hands, both my feet and my hands don't have very good circulation. They've had frostbite enough times that they don't do well. So I wear a good climb boot. Like I have not found another brand of boot that can keep my feet warm like a climb boot. I haven't found a boot that holds up to me yet, but the boot keeps my foot dry and keeps my foot warm, and I love that boot.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just incredible for me for that.
So, and then on that aspect too, you can either go with like a snow bike style boot or a snowmobile type boot.
Yep.
And I run they're pretty universal. Well,
they're universal, but I think there's a little less
universal.
Insulation in the snow bike one because it's got a little more feel, I think.
Yeah. So I run, so the difference is it's basically a dirt bike boot that's built for snow. So like it has different tread, it has some insulation, way more waterproof. That's what I run. I've ran the Klim ones and the 509 ones. I like that better because I wear the knee guards, so it just ties in better. There's not a gap where if something hit me,
hooks in good.
Yeah, it just fits perfectly.
And it helps hold them up too, I think. Too.
100%.
Yeah.
So I like those. You don't run those. So it's personal preference.
Yep.
So obviously the biggest thing, get nice boots. Your feet need to be warm. They need to be, more importantly, dry.
Yep.
And
which on these new snowmobiles, dry is a big thing because they're down there by the brake rotor, they're down there by the chain case or the belt drive that builds heat because there's so much friction there. It builds heat. So the snow's always melting right there. So your feet are constantly in a wet spot. So you definitely want a good boot that's going to keep you dry.
Yeah, and if you have a good boot but your foot's always cold, get heated socks.
Yep.
That's one of my recommendations.
I wear heated socks some days too. I have good heated socks that on cold, like if it's negatives out, heated, I might not ride, but heated socks get me through the days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gloves.
Helmet. Oh, okay. Let's go.
Let's just go bottom up.
Okay.
Gloves. I, coming from the racing background, struggle wearing thick gloves. I've never been able to wear them. I can't feel good. I don't have the grip strength. I don't know. Thick gloves have never been my thing. I wear a set of fly gloves that's pretty thin, but they got wind stop in them, and they're really good. Like thickness wise on the bottom side, great. Thicker on the top. They keep my hand really warm. I really like those. But when I'm going up the trail, I have a thicker set of heated gloves that's like, I mean, bomb-proof, big old boys, you know, like love those things for trail riding. Because
I wish I could do that. I don't have anywhere to store that
I
stuff.
got nowhere to put it. We got to get you some more room somewhere.
Yeah.
We're going to pull a sleigh behind your sled this year.
Yeah. Cameras kind of take up too much room. Cameras and drone.
But the thick heated gloves for getting me in, and then I wear those thinner gloves in this deep snow. And then I have motocross gloves that I wear that are windproof for winter time that I'll wear like on jumping days in the springtime. Just that way I have full control of the handlebars.
Yeah. Speaking on gloves for me, I wear a thicker glove than you all the time, but I don't switch. So it's kind of a happy medium. Yeah. I still feel like I get good bar feel and good insulation at the same time. So I do carry one extra pair of gloves, but it's the same glove.
Gotcha. So, and it's good to carry one extra set at least, right? Same with goggles. It's good to carry an extra set.
Yeah. So that's, I can't even remember the glove. I'll try to have it up here on the screen, but I've had good luck with them. You tear them sometimes, but
and you're gonna tear gloves up. I go through a few sets a winter, it seems like. Yeah. So,
helmet. Okay.
Helmet. Honestly, there's so many good helmets out there now. There's like 3 or 4 really good helmets out there. If you have the money, another great place to invest. It's your brain bucket. I mean, it's worth investing in. It has your brain in it. So I personally love the Fly Formula helmet. It is insanely quiet inside. It's super comfortable. Love that helmet. I know 6D has a great helmet. There's some other ones out there now making really good safe helmets. So you want to make sure you get one of those good helmets with those key safety features and that fits your head really well.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Fit's a big deal. I've been running the 509 3K carbon helmet, I think is what it's called, Altitude 2.0. And I really like that helmet. It has the breath box in it, which I really like. I breathe really hard and I'm constantly hot, so it helps get the breath out from your goggles and down. And then it also has, with the breath box, you can make it go right to the bottom piece of your goggles. And then if you're running 509 goggles, it has the nose piece. So even if you're in deep snow, it's not getting on your actual skin. So I like that. And then it has a little skirt on the bottom that helps keep the snow from coming up. So I think they have their helmets dialed. I like their helmets. The only thing I don't like is they don't have a lot of the technology that I wish that they did have.
Yeah, those safety features.
Yeah, yep. Like they don't even have MIPS in them. They have MIPS in their motocross helmet.
Oh, that's wild.
But they don't in their snowmobile helmet. So that's kind of that kind of sucks. But they
do have the carbon, which is, lightweight. It's a lot easier on your neck and stuff like that.
Yeah, when you're riding a lot, it makes a big difference. Especially like with me, I have a GoPro on a lot of the time on my helmet. So it just helps with the lighter you can be, the better, in my opinion, especially in the head area.
Yep. Less strain on your neck and all that stuff.
And when you wreck, it doesn't, want to whip your neck as hard.
Yep. I think you hit something there really key when you're talking about the fitment on your nose. Like the next thing would be goggles and the fitment of the helmet with the goggles. I like pairing them the same brand of goggles with the same brand of helmet if possible. So like you running 509 goggles with 509 helmet. I'm running Fly goggles with a Fly helmet. Like that fitment is super crucial and super key because there's less gap in between the frames for your face for that wind burn or, the cold burn from frostbite, stuff like that.
So, or maybe it not even been able to fit on your face and then you're fogging.
Yeah,
if you don't have
exactly.
that seal.
Yeah, but you got to have that good seal because all these snow goggles have that double lens, so you have that warm air inside, the cold air on the outside, and that middle to break it, or the insulation barrier, I guess. So with that being said, goggles, I personally don't run a goggle that's heated or anything like that. I know you do.
You're missing out.
But he claims to turn me over, which he kind of will, because I'm going to try to turn you over away from the 509 goggle with the Tempest. I'm normally not a hot-blooded person. I'm always cold, like I said earlier. But I don't have fogging issues with normal goggles until one day last year. So shout out to Alan. Alan had a set of Tempest.
Shout out Alan.
Yeah, good job, Alan. You saved my day there. I rode those Tempest and they were incredible. They're an automatic technology. They only turn on when they have to, so you get a full day or multiple days out of them. And they blew me away. It was incredible.
Yeah, I've heard good things about those.
Yeah.
I like the 509 goggles.
Yeah.
I think they look good. They seal really well in the 509 helmet. And then the battery, it might not last days, but with me going up there, I don't need to turn them on because I'm not going to fog on the trail. And then once I get riding, if I just turn it on and leave it on for the rest of the day, mine seem to be okay. And there's all kinds of settings. You can even get into a mobile app and change all the settings on those goggles depending on how you want them. I don't do that, but I've never had a problem with it. And even when it's in Colorado, we don't normally get super humid days.
Yeah.
But if there's precipitation, as in snow, there's some sort of humidity in the air.
Definitely.
And then you have snow coming on, and then your body heat. I've never had a problem with the 509. Once I turn them on, I'm that idiot that puts his helmet right on the top of his head and lets all the heat go into the inside of the lens. And they always stay clear. Yeah. So I haven't had a huge problem with it, but seems like some people on Facebook forums or Facebook the groups are like couldn't get them
sections.
To comment sections. And the other thing too that I like about those goggles is if you've been listening to this podcast, I'm really limited on room because 90% of the stuff that I carry is camera stuff. So it saves me from having to bring 2 sets of goggles. I just bring 1 set, which probably isn't the best idea, but I do it anyway. I've never had a problem, knock on wood. Yeah. But what I do, is bring if it's sunny out when we're going, I'll bring like a mirrored lens and then have a clear lens in my backpack, which takes up very little weight, very little room. Just slide in the middle of my backpack and say we're coming out at night or something, I can just magnetically grab the tabs, pull the lens off, grab the other lens and slap it on right when it's still on my face. And the next lens is heated and ready to go, and it's the right tint and easy to do. So
that's definitely a good process. And I know that's how the Tempest guys are recommending theirs are ran too. So it's smart. Or I pack 2 to 3 pairs, So,
I can't do that.
Yeah,
I don't have
the room. You don't
have
have the room.
So
cool. Well, is
that all the gear?
I think that's all the gear. It's a good place to wrap her up.
Yeah. So if you guys have any questions on gear, the 509 line, the fly line, the climb line, we've ran most of it. Reach out, go in the comment section and say what your favorite gear is. Can help some people and help us too. Maybe we're missing out on something. So we appreciate you listening. Get out there. It's snowing. There's some major snow in some spots.
There's some snow hitting some places right now. So we're looking good. If you've made it to this point in the podcast and you don't subscribe or follow us, then go do it right now. It helps us so much,
helps
guys.
us out a lot.
So go give us a follow, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And till next time, we'll see you on the snow.
Let her eat.
See ya.